For 9 years, I went to a private Catholic school, going to Mass once a week, and yes, wearing a blue and green, pleated, high-waisted plaid skirt. While the cliché plaid skirt may have held negative connotations for other people, throughout my childhood it was always something I was proud of. It represented who I was and what I believed in, without having to say anything, to some extent. I believed in that plaid skirt. I marveled at the idea of being able to represent something bigger than myself, a church, a community, a moral. I kept it on as long as I could, refusing to change before we went to the grocery store or to my brother's swim meets after school. I was indifferent to people's judgments and soon realized that the skirt was more about me than anyone else. Throughout my childhood, the times when I was figuring out who I really was, my plaid skirt was always a symbol of one thing I actually knew about myself, which was reassuring. I knew what faith meant to me and had deciphered what I believed was real and not real in terms of religion. It was one day at the grocery store that I remember clear as day that made me make up my mind that my plaid skirt was so important to me. I was standing in line at the checkout, arms overflowing with TV dinners and my eyes scanning the latest People magazine cover. All of a sudden, a middle-aged woman behind me in line asked me where I went to school. St. Simon and Jude, I replied. Well, it turns out she had gone there too when she was younger. Our conversation carried on for what seemed like hours, and I was astounded by how much we had to talk about. The nuns, the priests, even the annual Christmas pageant. The next day at school, my principal, a nun who had been there for over 30 years, stopped me on my way to class. She told me that an alumni from the school, the lady from the store, told her that she had met me and was delightfully surprised by my manners and communication skills. I beamed, and so did our principal. She told me how happy she was that I was representing our school so well, and to keep up the good work. That was all I needed. To know that not only had this skirt helped me accomplish something within myself, but accomplishing something greater at the same time. Being able to represent my school and its beliefs. So, I believe in the plaid skirt. The stereotype, pleated, goody two-shoes, unattractive skirt that helped me, as far as beliefs go, define who I am. This I believe.